Hey everybody, this is JC Prolific Jones. I want to welcome you to One Mic Only, and thank you also for coming and checking me out. Today, our guest, and I've always called him Mack. I've always called him Mack, but our guest is Mr. or Reverend, also Doctor. No, Reverend. You the doctor?
Be a doctor, yeah.
But we have William Mack with us today. And I want to thank you first and foremost for being my guest on the show.
Oh, my girl, I'll be glad to do it. Yeah.
So you do so many things because, we are a multifaceted, very multifaceted people. So tell a little bit about what you do and how you started, and actually give your correct name and everything.
Yes, so my name is William Mack. I am the founder and creative director of the Griot Project. Griot is spelled Griot, and we are an educational theater company here in Louisville, Kentucky, with the mission to tell the stories of marginalized individuals, particularly in the Black and brown communities. And so we are unapologetic about telling Black and brown stories, and then making sure that we have conversation around those shows, that people have a better understanding of the people that they coexist in the world with every day.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's so needed because, well, actually, I'm going to just talk about your project that you were doing before everything happened with the pandemic.
With the COVID, yeah.
And then with the other pandemic, people realizing that they got to treat Black people right.
Yeah.
And it is just driven people crazy, right?
Yeah.
But you were actually talking about, talking about this through your show that you did, that I was so thankful of being a little piece of it, called what was the name of it?
The Color Museum.
The Color Museum.
Yeah.
And of course, it would just leave me like my mind. I didn't hit it in my head.
So,
That's JC. But the things that was talked about or acted out in that play was just mind blowing. Like, nobody was talking about, things that were happening during slavery and being in that part, like literally in it, and the feelings that you had while you were having to walk through and, live.
Yeah.
That, and then, so many other things happened in the midst of the play, but that first part, and then the hair piece with my friend Estelle.
Everybody's, yeah.
No, that right there, it was just like, yes. So tell everybody about the Color Museum.
Yeah, so the Color Museum was written by Mr. George Wolfe. And some of you all may recognize that name because he does a lot of stuff. He just directed, as a matter of fact, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, that is now playing on Netflix. So he wrote the Color Museum in the mid to late 70s. And it was supposed to be a reflection of the Black experience in America. And so in the original script, you get to see these glimpses of Black life, and he does a really good job of creating these vignettes. And so it's not one consistent storyline that goes through. It's what does it look like to be Black and coming home from Vietnam, being Black and dealing with slavery, being Black and living in the business world, being a young Black girl, being a Black woman in the entertainment. There's so many different vignettes that are in there. So what we did was I created, that slavery piece that you talked about at the beginning, that wasn't in the original script, I created that. And so we created this whole piece and tried to tell the story of the African and the African American throughout the diaspora in this place called America. And so that show was a lot of fun. It's really emotional because it puts all of us on display. you see everything from, again, the black family drama to what does it mean to be black and queer in America. And again, one of the reasons why that show was so important for us to produce was that we're not having a lot of those conversations in our own community. And we definitely wanted to expose the rest of the city to a piece of work like that so that they can have conversations with us as well, but also see that we're human beings as well. That when we go off to war, we come back, our families feel that effect, that our families are dealing with different dynamics. They may be different, but we all have families as well. And so Color Museum was really a really fun piece. I think it was, we did one more piece before the pandemic hit. But we had a really good run, had some phenomenal actors. Shout out to all the actors at the Color Museum. I miss y'all. I wish we were doing something. And we will be doing something really soon. And you're like the third person that's mentioned that play in like the last 2 weeks. So we might have to reproduce that show and do that again.
I think y'all need to.
We need to. Okay. Yes.
Exactly.
It is done.
We're going to do it. Yes, that right there, I mean, it just brought out so many things, like I said, that were not being talked about until this pandemic happened.
Yeah.
You know, and now everybody is, oh, black culture, oh, love black people, love, you know, and I'm like, but y'all should have been doing this anyway.
Yeah, we've always been here.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and then when we embrace our black culture, we were wronged for it. Now everybody's doing it.
Yeah.
And I don't understand. I don't understand. I appreciate it.
Yeah, we were grateful. Thank you
very
much.
Thank you. I appreciate it. But what about all the times where I put a perfect example? So I used to work at this place that took care of people's telephone service and internet services. And one day I decided, I'm just gonna wear my hair out. I'm gonna wear afro today. And but in the midst of it, I said, nah, I think I want to rap. So I decided to wrap my hair. And you know, most people didn't even know I had hair for the longest time because I wrapped my head all the time. And it was because I was sick. I'm not Muslim, although I appreciate their beliefs. I just wanted to wrap my hair, you know. And I say this, at first it was because I was going natural, and you know, I couldn't accept these curls and this hair's not sitting right over here, it's not laying down. You know, I couldn't accept it, so I said I'm covered. And then from that point on, I just decided that's the way I wanted to, you know, do things. But I went to work, and my manager or my team lead says to me, oh man, I love that rap. Sis, that's all of it. And I was like, cool, because I've been, you know, conforming and wearing hair straight, curled, and all that kind of stuff. So then, I get a call to the office. That's right. I didn't call to the office. What's going on? Well, we wanted to talk about looking on your hair. Is it a religious purpose? No, just wanted to wrap my hair. Well, it's against company guidelines. We look at it as though you're wearing a baseball cap and covering your face.
Wow.
Really?
Wow.
Because I want to wrap my hair. I'm covering my face.
Yeah.
So I then took my wrap off and I wore my hair in all its glory. I was afroed out that day. I said, do you see my face now? And then walked around like this all day.
All the rest of the day.
All the rest of the day. You know, I'm not, you. So that first off gave me another clue that I wasn't for corporate America.
Right.
It's not my ministry. So, but things like that would happen, and it's happened to so many people. Like if you have locks, if you just want to wear an afro, if you know, just wear black power on your shirt, or I love my black people, or something like that. There's issues with doing those certain things or whatever, and it just gets me now. that now everybody just wants to embrace, you know.
Yeah. So I think that there's this whole idea, this notion, or people are just now, like you said, starting to embrace what we've already known, is that our black is beautiful, right? And for centuries, and history has proven it, the dominant culture has appropriated our culture. Lord Richard, rest in peace. You know, Lord Richard did not get the props that Elvis Presley got. But Lord Presley did, Lord Richard did it first, and he did it well. You know what I'm saying? And throughout history, we can just go throughout history and talk about how our culture was appropriated, our dance was appropriated, our the way we wear our hair was appropriated, all of those things. And now that there has been a quote unquote awakening, more people are starting to embrace it, which is all fine and dandy. We've always been here. You're just now starting to see us and appreciate us. But what I tell people of color is that some people appropriate it, but we own it, right? Like own your blackness, own your culture, own where you come from. Be proud of it. I think that is part of this evolution that we're seeing that's happening in society, where we're finally getting permission to love ourselves openly and unapologetically about it. Which is, one of the reasons why we do the work we do at Griot is because I want to celebrate all Black life, right? I want to celebrate all of the culture, every broad part of the culture, subcultures. Like we want to put up all a showcase to show that you are this beautiful thing that God has created. And so, like, not to shrink back from that at all. Like even my hair, I'm growing my hair out with locks again, and you mentioned earlier, I'm a pastor, and some people are like, well, how you gonna be a pastor and grow your hair? And I'm like, this is how it grows out of my head. Like it grows out of my head. Like it don't stop me from preaching, it don't stop me from talking. I still love Jesus, and I'm lucky, I'm blessed to have a beautiful church. Shout out to Grace Community Church. I'm blessed to pastor people who allow me to be me. But for so long, you were told that preachers are supposed to look a certain way, that you're supposed to wear certain clothes and do certain things. How does that stop what you do, right? And I think that shows up in a lot of our work. Like, how does the way you wear your hair, stop you from doing your job? Or how does the way that our kids wear their hair stop them from getting an education, right? Basically, what we're saying is that the dominant culture is saying it makes us uncomfortable, but if it don't stop us from being great, why should you have permission to stop us from being great?
And I'm just going to say, Jesus probably had locks.
Jesus, the Bible said he had like kinky hair. I mean, we could go into a whole discussion. Like he probably did, and there were people in the Bible who had locks, and so wasn't too many. I know Jesus didn't have a bald fade. That's what I know. That's what I know. I know he didn't have a bald. He didn't have a bald fade. That's what I know. I think Jesus would be walking around. He'd have his sponge, bro, and he'd be. Or he'd have a pick in it or something, He wouldn't be too napped out, but he would definitely, it would have been nice, manageable fro. I loved folk tales, Egyptology. When I was at Bellarmine, I studied Egyptology. I was really big into. I just love the ancient Egyptian folklore. Same thing with African folklore. There's so many like Orishas, gods, goddesses. I love those stories. I love parables. I love those stories. And so parables were stories that taught lessons. And I was like, if you're going to tell stories, you might as well tell stories of quality to help people. And so that's kind of always stuck with me. Like, how do you tell these stories that can like help people? And that's really the foundation of what we do with the Griot Project. When I was younger, shout out to my mama, Mama Angie.
Yes, Mama! I'm thinking some pound cake. Look, no, I'm not gonna do it.
She's my mama's pound cake pusher. So I remember my mom going to this play, and it was down in Memorial Auditorium. I'll never forget it. My mom and boyfriend got dressed up and went out. My mom came in and she was so excited about this play that she just saw. And she came in, she's like, oh my God, I gotta tell you about this play. And I'm like, okay, tell us about it. So while they were waiting in line, there was this homeless dude that was, panhandling, asking for money. And she said, I remember people just being so mean to this guy because he was smelly and he looked bad, and nobody wanted to be bothered with this homeless guy. She said, we're all there for this play. She said people were just rude. She said, and she was thinking to herself then, why are people being so mean to this man? And she felt bad for this man. So anyway, they go into the play, they watch the play, and at the end of the play, an actor is playing Jesus, comes out for his final scene. And the actor who was playing Jesus was the homeless man outside. And it just blew her mind, right? And she was like, oh my God, that's the homeless man. And like she said, there was this shock and this awe because everybody at the same time realized that this man that everybody had passed over or had paid attention to, or some of them were like really nasty to, this man was playing Jesus, but still like the deeper spiritual truth of that moment was so much. And so I remember my mom just telling us about it, being really excited, like tears in her eyes, and she's like, I wasn't being told, but you never know who Jesus is going to be. And I just remember her being so impacted by that story, and I was like, wow, good storytelling does this. And that has been seared in my head. That image of that night of her coming in has been seared in my head. So when we produce work, I believe in producing work that entertains, but I really want to produce work that people go back and talk about and go, you know what, I never really thought about it like that, or I never really saw it like that, or wow, that just blew my mind, and how do I get involved, or whatever it is.
To mentally feed them.
Absolutely. Like, it's got to nourish your soul. And I feel like in this day and time where you have so many people who have so many things that are vying for your attention, it's really important that you're giving out good soul stuff. Like the world just needs a good soul hug right now. And so if you can put something out there, whether it's through spoken word, or theater, or music, or dance, that can like hug somebody's soul and make them better by the time it's over with, then I'm here for it.
Look, I'm gonna tell you now, this wasn't a play, but the show Voices of Fire on Netflix.
On Netflix, yeah.
When I tell you, I just watched and cried I think it was 5 episodes, cried all 5 or 6 episodes.
Yeah.
Just sat there and cried. They just played and played, and I just cried and cried. I mean, because it's something that you need, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you miss it. You miss people being able just to come together and just sing songs.
And it brings us together on the human plane, right? That all of us are brothers and sisters, regardless of our faith, our color, fat, skinny, big, small, whatever the case may be. We're all brothers and sisters, and if we're not careful, we'll let the things that separate us, or the things that are different about us, separate us. And that shouldn't be the thing. Like, male, female. We just found out today we're the same age. Shout out to, Fortune. Shout out. Class, maybe 79 years, 79. But the things that are different about us shouldn't separate us. And so I feel like this storytelling can bring us all together and see each other as human beings. So, yeah.
Okay. Who are your favorite actors?
Oh, gosh. Actors and actresses, or just
Actors and actresses.
Actors and actresses right now. Okay, well, Cicely Tyson. Rest in power, Cicely. Rest in power. Rest in power.
Yes.
I love Cicely. Shout out again to my mom. The Diary of Miss Jane Pittman. My mom and I watched that when I was younger, and I remember then, not knowing that I was going to be an actor and playwright, thinking then, this woman is absolutely amazing. Like, she, but she definitely did a lot with the platform that God gave her. So I love Cicely Tyson.
All the way up to, like, she was just in a movie.
Yeah.
She was just in a movie. She was what,
96?
Yes, and still acting.
Yeah.
I mean, oh my God.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah.
Rest
well.
Yes.
You have done a good job. Very, very well. I love all the black actors from that era. I love all the black. So Sidney Poitier. Oh gosh, my brother Sidney Poitier. Sidney Poitier. Love Sidney Poitier. Can't go wrong with the Denzel Washington. Denzel Washington is a classic.
And I love how he has went from one facet of acting
to the next,
and
it's his evolution. Absolutely.
Yes, what? You better.
Yeah.
I can't throw the flower.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Just all of that. I love it.
Yeah. Viola Davis. I love Viola. Viola Davis and that nose cry that she does. She can get that nose and start crying for you. I'm gonna tell you that I think an actress that I think a lot of people sleep on, Whoopi Goldberg. I love Whoopi channels something out of her. I love Whoopi Goldberg.
Yes, she's one of those that can flip, you know what I'm saying? Flip it all the way around you wouldn't expect.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, or you may not agree with me, but Oprah Winfrey.
Oprah's a phenomenal actress. Absolutely.
Oh my God!
Absolutely.
Like we know her as the just trillion.
This mogul,
everything. But Oprah is an awesome. I don't feel like awesome is a good enough word to describe her acting ability.
She's phenomenal. She did, and I really do hope we get to see Oprah.
Yes.
Oh, we'll see it. More of your acting. She's phenomenal. I'm a Felicia Rashad fan.
Yes.
Felicia, I love anything that she's in.
I think she was my auntie. Miss Felicia, I just want to let you know you have a niece that you have never met.
She's never met you. Felicia, come get Niecy.
Prolific.
Yes.
I love you.
Yeah. Felicia, when you watch this, I want you to know that I'm writing a piece right now that I would love for you to be in. I wrote the character thinking about you. So just, have your people call my people and send me a text message and we'll make it happen.
You gotta speak it.
I'm speaking to the atmosphere and I'm speaking to Felicia. Felicia, when you see this on Jason's page, holler at your boy, leave a message in the Grill Project, we'll make it happen. And really, so like we've really talked about a lot of those actors and actresses that were in The Color Purple, like that whole Danny Glover. There's some really good. I'm a big fan of the work that Will Smith does. He does some really, really good work. I love some of the newer work with Michael B. Jordan. He's doing some really, really good work. I am a fan of good storytellers, and I think one of the things you mentioned earlier about Denzel Washington. Denzel has mastered telling the story. Now, sometimes people will say Denzel plays the same, but the story continues to move, right? And being able to watch his evolution has been really, really great too.
Look, now I'm just like, she's watching.
Right.
All right, so what things are you looking forward to doing? What kind of projects are you having coming up in the future?
Yeah, so this month we are releasing some Brio since the pandemic has tried to figure out how do we continue to tell the stories of Black and brown people in a digital age. And so one of the things that we've been doing is that we've been creating these video documentaries / vignettes. So we have a partnership with Roots 101 where we created a series called the Monarch series, right? And so we did a piece. You can go to the Grill Project right now. And it's called We Wear the Mask, and it's a series of vignettes that we created that just kind of talks about being black in America and the mask that we wear. At the end of this month, we released a piece called You Good, and that's done in partnership with the Kentucky Arts Foundation, Kentucky Fund for the Arts, Kentucky Fund for the Arts, and You Good is a documentary that centers around the awareness for mental health in Black America, and we talk about why don't we pursue mental health the way that we should, and how, and all of those pieces. And so it's been a lot of fun. Everybody, please tune into that. There's some of your favorite mental health specialists on there. I think we did some really good work around it, so that I'm really proud of. Shout out to Two Hearts Media, they helped us produce it. So that's coming out this month, Two Hearts. And then we're getting ready to start revving up for, hopefully when the pandemic loosens up, we'll do some outdoor shows. And so the plan was to do a tribute to the Black woman through Griot. And so there are several pieces, Crowns, the Amen Corner, and there's a show called the Sankofa Experience that really pays homage and gives tribute to the Black woman. But I have to say, since we've been talking about the Color Museum, we might have a revisit of the Color Museum too.
No. You said earlier, said it's done.
Okay, it's done. It's done.
We gotta get our days.
So we're gonna put Color Museum somewhere in the lineup as well.
Now I want to say something about the Monarch series.
Yes.
The one piece that like stood out to me because I was the female version of this person was the guy that didn't go to the march.
To the front, yeah. Robert Thompson.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I was like, that's me.
Yeah.
I didn't go to the March on Washington. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I was like, oh my God, that right there just really stood out to me, you know. And I wish I had gone because I believe some experiences were had or were made that I'll never be able to
I'll
get
it
again. But let me tell you all real quick where we're at. We are in the Roots 101 African American Museum, right on 819 West Main Street in Louisville, Kentucky. I am the Community Engagement Director, and although we're talking about the Griot project, Mr. William Mack is the Programming Director. And I was kind of talking to him today about, the show. Well, I talked to him last night about the show, and I was like, hey, you want to be on the show?
Yeah, you're going to be on the show.
Yeah, you want to be my guest tonight? So he graciously accepted, and I really do appreciate you for doing so. I'm sorry that I wasn't able to promote it like I normally do.
That's okay.
But that's okay, because you're going to put it on your page, you're going to put it on Griot page, you're going to put it on one page. We're going to do it everywhere. Y'all going to see it. Y'all going to see this. So he also helped us with the Sankofa experience that we do at Roots 101. That, is just
amazing.
Yeah. I mean, my heart starts fluttering when I start talking about it and seeing the experience or the looks on people's faces when they've actually been able to be a part of that. So, like I said, Roots 101 African American Museum, if y'all want to do a self-guided fundraising tour, please call us at 502-384-1940. What is also happening, because I'm JC Prolific Jones, and there is this prolific experience that happens usually monthly. The pandemic has got us kind of getting in where we can fit in right now as safely as possible. And the next prolific experience is featuring the KMF band. Mr. Michi Kiboko will be doing his thing. Yes. And we got DJ Classic, Benny J, he's a saxophonist with the most going on. He's going to be doing some things going on. I'll be hosting, so it'll be a little poetry. We'll see if we have a couple of friends that want to join us and on the poetic side of things. And we're going to jam out. Oh, and then we have just in time bartending. And he does all these things. His word for the month is muddled.
You muddle.
You muddle.
You muddle it. Yeah.
He said, I'm going to have something with muddled strawberries.
Yeah. Come on, muddled strawberries.
Crumbles.
Yeah.
I was like, hot to tea, hot to tour. It's an awesome, I know I'm biased by saying this, but it's an awesome experience that I really want people to be able to take part in, because it's something that I knew I needed as an adult. I don't want to go to the clubs. I want to go somewhere where I have some nice laid back music, live band, DJ, kind of get us in the mood, do a little 1-2 step situation happening,
Right.
And then going home safely.
Right, without worry about getting shot.
Yeah.
Amen.
Or bobbing and weaving, you know what I'm saying? Anyhow.
Where would the prolific experience be at?
The prolific experience is going to be at the place that's going to be listed on the ticket once people purchase their tickets. And you can go to theprolificexperience.com and purchase your tickets so that you can be in the house, wherever it may be.
But it will be someplace that is COVID friendly and socially distanced.
Socially distanced.
She does do a very good showback presentation. It's the grown kickback. Yes.
Yeah, it's just like for real grown. So if anybody remembers Jazzy Wood, remember Jazzy Wood? Mm-hmm. Did you ever get to experience the Soul Lounge?
I did get to Soul Lounge.
Okay.
I heard about Soul Lounge.
Yes, that 30-something.
See, Jason forgets that I have 5 little ones.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So I got to hear about a lot of experiences.
Exactly. Wait.
While I was at Home Rockin' Babies. Amen.
Yeah, exactly. You was busy.
I was.
Yeah.
I was busy.
Yeah, so I understand that. But now your little ones are kind of grown.
Yeah. They can stay at home. They can stay at home. They
stay
can
at home.
fix a sandwich. They can go in that refrigerator on their own. So
So you've got to come to the prolific experience. You and my sis Tori.
Yes.
And we got to chill.
We do.
Yes.
We do.
So this was one mic only, and the mic is over there, y'all. But we didn't use it today. So, but it will be used. I might come there and do a little piece or whatever the case is, and open up with the prolific what I want. It's called I Want a Prolific Experience. So I'll do that and edit it out. You'll open up with that. How about that? See, that's what happens when you have a whole show.
And the mic is ready. The mic is ready to go. The mic is ready to go.
Yes. So I want to thank you once again for coming.
You're very
welcome. My guest on One Mic Only, and everything that we doing.
Yes.
Pal.
Yeah.
I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Yes, and come back and be my guest again.
I will definitely do that. Thank you for having me.
Might get you to do a little monologue.
I'd be glad to do that. Yes, I'll be glad to do that.
As a matter of fact, that one, oh my God, on the Monarch series, the one you did
about my son.
Yeah.
Well, like,
Whoa! Father.
she's trying to pull it out right now.
I was just, oh!
I'll do that. And hey, y'all go check out the Grill Project. Make sure that you like and follow us on Facebook, and we're on Instagram, the Griot, GRIOT, the Griot Project, and just come like and follow our page, and we'll keep you abreast of what's going on with the Griot Project and when our next projects are going to be coming out.
Yes, and also go to the Prolific Experience Neo Soul event on Facebook. It is a group that you can join so that you'll be able to stay connected with all of the prolific experiences, and the Prolific Services LLC is the business page for all the other items that's happening, because I do a lot of things.
She does.
So.
She does a lot of. She does all the things but sleep.
No. Yeah, I don't sleep, because when I sleep, I'm actually dreaming that I'm still working.
Still working, so
So I don't sleep. My husband's like, how do you live? I'm like, how are you working? So anyhow, shout out to Cedric Britt. Appreciate it so much. All right, so anyway, thank y'all for checking out One Mic Only. Be sure to tune in next Tuesday so that you can see one more awesome individual that is doing the thing in Louisville, Kentucky. Love y'all. Be blessed and stay prolific.